I no longer want to be an independent woman. Forget that INDE. I'm good. I want to be a housewife. Listen, the
Like, you know
next
what? This
man that has
responsibility
good
shit, I'm
credit,
good.
a stable home, finances is straight, baby, I'm marrying you. Yes, sir, I am. I'm not an alpha female
I'm gonna
no
let you
more.
know
I've
already.
learned my
The
lesson.
audio
Baby,
coming
I
from
will
it is
be
very low.
submissive to you. Baby, I will cook for you. I will clean for you. Yes, daddy, whatever you need. You want sex when you want it?
It's
Yes,
funny
sir,
what
you
she's
got it.
saying, but
Baby, you want a
that's
meal
not
at 3
wife
o'clock in the
material.
morning? Yes,
At least not in my mind.
You said, wait, let her finish right quick. Hold on.
sir, you got it. Take care of me. Because this working 2 jobs, although I love being a registered nurse, I love my profession. Let me just work as needed. Let me work when I want to work. I'm over it. I'm tired, y'all. So hook a girl up.
You said it wasn't wife material. Why you
Because
say that?
what she's saying is more in line with someone who just doesn't want to work, someone who doesn't want to be like going balls to the wall all the time, just trying to make it by. What she sounds like, it sounds like she's just wanting someone to help her make life easier. It's like she's not really looking for a partner in life, but more someone to help keep her above water. It's like working 2 jobs and instead working only as needed. It's like I get the sentiment. It's like, yeah, I would like to only have to work so much that I want that I need to in order to be content. It's like I don't fault that, but if that's your main purpose for getting married, a practice that is heavy on commitment and responsibilities with the idea that you have to bring someone else along as your partner and bring you with you, is like I feel like if you are going to marry someone, there needs to be a purpose behind it, not just to make your life easier.
Yeah, it's hard. This is like this is a very tight knot. It's a very tight knot that we're looking at. It's like you have a 39-year-old woman who is now claiming that she's ready to settle down because she has gotten thoroughly tired with basically how life actually is. I guess it might be a form of disillusionment where it's like you thought something was going to be a certain way, and then when you find out that it's not, it makes you act differently. I guess it would be like a form of disillusionment, but the knot that we're looking at here is very tightly wound. It's a little ridiculous. It's like you have the 39-year-old woman that's like desperate to settle down, this, that, and the third, and it's like behind the 39-year-old woman, you had this woman that believed that she could do it all on her own just fine.
Right.
And the reason why she believed she could do it all on her own is because like that's what she was told in the spaces that she grew up in. So behind this is like behind the 39-year-old, you have this, a woman in her 30s and late 20s that, believes that she can do it all on her own because it's what she was told. And behind that, you have this this maybe college student is like she's a nurse. Is like maybe college student to like, the high school age student that's coming into it's like all this time that was spent reinforcing these ideas that everything was going to be okay. It's like an extra Santa Claus. And I know that sounds a little wild coming off the rip, but what I'm trying to explain is like when you're a child, there are these certain things that are set up as wonder, these stories that are told, these things that are told to you, and it's like, oh, that's so fantastical and great. But as you start to grow up, they start to grow feeble. And, people start telling you the truth behind these things, and it starts to crumble down, and then you kind of see the world around it. It's a form of disillusionment, where it's like you find out that these things aren't at what you thought they were, and you readjust. But what's going on is with these ideals that these women are pushing, them believing that they don't need a partner, them believing that they can do it all on their own just fine, which some of them can, but I'm trying to talk about the entirety of women, not just the small percentage. It's like with the entirety of women in mind, it is not good to push these ideals on a massive scale. It's like that's the extra pillar that they have that no one tells the truth about, so it never grows feeble and crumbles until it's way too late. And then they realize the reality of the situation, that disillusionment hits them like a freight train, and then they're like, oh, I think I need to do something different. But it's too late. Some of them double down and it's like, no, I'm just going to keep fighting to the death.
Sunk cost fallacy sort of deals. Like, you know what? I've been going at it this whole time like this. I'm just not making it work quite just right. I just need to make it work a little bit better.
Right. And then there are the other ones that's like, ooh, I messed up. I made a mistake. I need to fix this. And then they realize it's too late to fix it. But it's like, okay, and that's the second one. The one that realizes it's too late to fix it, but she doesn't divulge the information because she would have to openly admit that she made a mistake. And then there's the third one. There's a third woman, not the one that fights to the death and not the one that keeps it to herself. There's the one that realizes she made a mistake, realizes it's too late for her, but still has good in her heart to pass on the information, to try her best to pass on the information to all the women she comes in contact with that are coming up underneath her. Like, you actually don't want to buy in to that last thing, that last story. Santa Claus ain't real, and life hits a lot harder than they made it out to be, than these women over here that told me everything was going to be all right. It hits a lot harder. Actually, it is good to find yourself a partner that is compatible with you and have a purpose set up within that relationship to carry you on throughout these later years.